Well, hi y'all, it's Noah Clark here again, owner of CMC Social Media. And today's video is on the topic of targeting, and more specifically, what is broad targeting, why you should be using it, and how it can benefit you the most. So essentially, in the past, just for context, before on acquisition, when people were running ad accounts, whether for Facebook or Snapchat at the time, now we have TikTok, but in the past it was mainly Facebook, people would get in the habit of basically trying to figure out how to hack an ad account. And the whole concept behind it was when I was trying to target my audience, you would think that you would know better than most what Facebook knows, despite Facebook having significantly more data points than you. Many advertisers and creators would basically go through the process of finding as many niche little audiences as possible and then try to figure out a way to make their creatives that they had be the main driver of what it was they were trying to get out of their audience. They were essentially trying to just find the loophole, find a little corner, find a little niche, like I said initially, to force their creative into it and see if it would convert well for them. For a time, this worked, of course, but as we all know, after iOS 14.5, things have changed dramatically as time has gone on. And the biggest reason for this is the loss of those niche audiences have become more and more prevalent. If you log onto a Facebook ad account anytime soon, in the past couple months, even honestly in the future as time goes on, you will see a little banner, little pop-up that will consistently say, well, this group of interest targeting has now been removed. So every week, every year, every time frame, essentially, you're going to get less and less audiences that are based around those kind of niche interest audiences to test out. Well, and this is very scary in the beginning because, of course, they wiped out a ton of previous businesses and advertisers. It's actually very beneficial for us as the high-level marketers, and of course now you, since you're watching this video, to understand that maybe the issue isn't so much the audience, but maybe the issue is me. Maybe it's my creative, maybe it's my business, maybe it's what I'm doing personally, and whether or not I can actually make it better instead of trying to figure out a way to force what it is I have to offer onto audiences that you think would best convert. So as we lose more and more interest targeting, our main goal should be to target broad. Now, what is broad? Essentially, broad targeting is the simple concept of you open up an ad account, you give options as to where you want to target, you set essentially what is your location, your general parameters as far as gender and age, and then everything else as far as interests or lookalikes or whatever you want to utilize is void. It's open. There's nothing else as far as parameters that would constrict the actual ad account and constrict where the advertiser should go. Because Facebook as a machine is a machine learning platform, and essentially the whole thing behind it is that it has millions, hell, billions upon billions of data points that are involved at this point in time, essentially that could basically optimize itself to be more beneficial for what you want to achieve. Now, for example, in the past, like I said, people had the concept of, oh, I know more than Facebook, I know what my customers are, I know what they like. So I'm going to find the audience that best fits them and then force my creative onto them. Well, nowadays, as we lose those interest targeting, the concept instead is turned to, let's target the broad audience and let's have the creative do most of the work and have the targeting be done by the creative and have the machine, which is the machine learning platform of Facebook, be what carries most of the load in the situation, where my creative does the targeting and the machine then finds out where to send those people to based on the information that I give it and based on the copy and creative that I'm utilizing and how they respond to it. Via likes, via engagement, via comments, etc. That's what defines the targeting. So broad targeting instead, if you want to think about it like this, in the past, most of what we were doing, it was similar to like if you had a coupon, for example. You're creative with the coupon, Facebook was the store options you had, and interest targeting and lookalike audiences were primarily like the stores you would go into. Let's say you want to go into like a Harrods or a Whole Foods, whatever you want to do. And the creative that you would utilize was more similar to the actual coupons you want to utilize. So you offer a coupon to one of these stores, which is again one of the interest targeting, and hopefully you could kind of dollar cost average and figure out exactly, all right, well, I'm getting this amount of money from these kind of people, I'm gonna keep pushing that or pull back spend wherever I want to do it. But nowadays, the goal should be totally different. Nowadays, essentially you have one big store, and instead of bringing coupons, you're gonna have your focus be primarily on how, as a business owner, can I make the best physical coupon, best offer that would best fit any myriad of customers that would best fit my business. How can I make my ad better? How can I make this offering better so that when I bring it to this big, massive store, people who actually care about it will naturally gravitate towards it because it's so clear and it's so concise and so consistent with what our messaging is that the machine itself and the traffic that comes through the machine will be more advised and it has actual more consent to take on what it is we're trying to offer them instead of us trying to like literally force the actual product onto them instead by forcing them into a corner basically via interest targeting. So broad targeting is important for that very reason. It basically allows you to have a clear massive audience you can kind of push towards And your focus as an advertiser turns from being, all right, how do I hack this? So how, as an advertiser, can I make the most out of my current creative process to get people things they actually want? In a very simple way, that's how I would go about structuring it. So in your case scenario, if you're listening to this video, if you're looking at any of this at all, I would recommend give that a try. If you have ad accounts that are struggling at the moment right now, let's say you have rising CPMs, rising cost per acquisition costs, whatever it's going to be, focus your attention, again, on the acquisition side of things for this current time frame. Focus your attention on making better ads. Just get better at that. And then you can get into more of the details as far as like how you should be doing that, how you should be measuring it, what kind of campaigns you should be running. First, focus on making better ads, making better offers, making better funnels, and doing all that you can as a business owner to make it so that what you're offering is valuable, and desirable to the people you want to reach. And then, once that's set in stone, find the bigger audiences and let Facebook do the work for you, instead of trying to hack it or trying to force what it is you're offering on other people. So that's my whole thesis on that, essentially. Again, my name is Noah Clark. I'm owner of CMC Social Media. If you need to contact me for any reason, as far as you want to learn how to do your own advertising, you're making over $20,000 a month in your current business, and you want to learn how to scale that even further using acquisition strategies as well as exchange your attention, like I preached earlier, give me a call, follow me on Facebook, and use the link below to kind of get in contact with me. But until then, good luck, guys, and keep scaling.